we're almost at that place where we've locked in for the next little while. We are at the fax machine stage in the 80s, right? Everybody wanted a fax machine. Now they've got a fax machine. We're going to use our fax machines for a while until something innovative and it's going to come on. Everything else is incremental now.
The only things I see are augmented reality and VR and virtual reality. So
if people don't vote for real, they're not going to vote. In virtual reality.
So quickly before we finish up, you're running Touch Talks. I was at your first one last week, and it was very well done. And with Mark Messier, who unfortunately we're heard is going to be leaving the PIO or FIO.
Well, he announced that his role is changing. He's staying within the fire department,
but he's not going to be the Twitter guy anymore.
You'll see him on Twitter. That's all I can say for now. You'll see him on Twitter in the role that he's in. And there'll be. It's coming very soon. Watch his Twitter feed.
Okay, so we're going to see that. So, and what do you hope to accomplish with Touch Talks? And can you tell us a bit more about what they are?
Sure. Well, the selfish answer to that question, and probably the honest truth answer, is selling more books. Okay. So the intent was I wanted people to become more aware of the book and to talk about the book without standing in front of the room and telling people about the book. What I decided to do, because it was as much as people joke about me being in the media all the time or trying to be the center of attention, which I'm really not. I do have opinions. I do like to express them, but ultimately, I like to hear what other people have to say. If I didn't, my podcast would be me and me alone. Yeah. So the intent here is to find people locally, or even if they're in town visiting, who epitomize either the substance of the book or who do something that ties nicely back to a theme that's in the book, which is putting humanity back into digital communications. So Mark Messier embodies everything that we put into the book, which was great. So he was our kickoff talker, and there's a few other people I've contacted. I'm not going to say who yet, but I'm hoping to get some confirmation soon. February 4th is just a few weeks away, and that's our next one. Yep. Then March 4th, April 1st, and May 6th. So that'll be this run. Depending on turnout for those events, then I might pick it up again in the fall.
How can people get in touch with you, or how can people get in touch with you and sign up for a mailing list?
So we have a mailing list at touchthebook.com. Touch Academy is our Twitter handle. touchthebook.com/thelist. Okay. We'll take you to a blog post where you can sign up to a mailing list, and we'll send out notifications there. Of course, I'm going to promote it on my own Twitter feed, and there's the Touch Academy Twitter feed. And so when announcements come up, we will definitely promote them there.
And Eventbrite, I guess, as well. Yeah. All right, and you did a TEDx talk, I saw, just before we leave.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah,
Holy cow.
How do you like doing TEDx talks?
That was a ton of fun.
Nervous, yeah.
And that was an interesting time because my wife was diagnosed with breast cancer in October 2009. I got the invite, I think, in November, and this was December. So the week that I did the TED Talk at the old Westgate Theater, by the way, awesome Pinheads in the theater there, I think it was like 1 week before my wife started chemo. So it was in between her second surgery and her chemo. I just started my job at Fleischmann, so like my whole world was in absolute tumult. And my wife was great. We sat down, we kind of worked out the concept of the TED Talk together, and which was nice because at the time everything was scary as to what her state was going to be. And go up there. It's interesting to watch the talk because I remember what was going through my mind as I was delivering the talk. Because to me, TED is a very high quality brand, very high value brand, and to even be invited to a TEDx talk locally to me was a huge thing. It was
almost as big as being invited for our show.
It was, you know what? Until
I don't think so. This is the holy grail of Ottawa podcasts. I don't know. No, it's not.
Anyways, it was a ton of fun, and I've actually I haven't been invited since. Which either I did a great job, or either nobody knows. It's not a big deal. But people often joke about the fact that that was your one shining moment, right? Well, no, now I have my new shining moment.
You'll be back.
I'm on Lunch Out Loud.
There you go. You'll be back. Thank you so much for joining us
today,
Mark. Mark.
Thank you.
So we'll see you at markblevis.com.
Yeah.
You have fullbootduplex.ca, touchthebook. How many Earls do you own?
I'm all over the place. Markblevis.com is probably the best bet because I can fork you off to.
There you go. Yeah.
Okay. Very quickly, we got events for this week. We got, of course, the concert tomorrow night. Steamers, Jonathan Becker are back at House of Targ. Robert Burns fundraiser at Montgomery Legion. We got Keys and Crates.
Keys and Crates and Thugly.
And Thugly at Babylon tomorrow?
No, Barrymore's.
Barrymore's on the 16th of January.
Keys and Crates show should be pretty good. They put on a show in Tampa Bay last week, and it was all over Twitter because apparently some girl decided to strip buck naked, hopped up on stage, and then stage dived off the stage.
That I don't know.
And
if apparently
she was a
Barrymore's.
very good-looking girl.
I don't know if you'll see that at Barrymore's. But
Probably not.
They were also announced they're playing Coachella as well, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, they're doing great.
And there's the long track speed skating championships at Brewer Park. I've always wanted to watch. That'd be cool.
I've seen them build the rink there. It's brilliant. It's a community built rink. It's fabulous.
I want to get on that. I want to race on that thing.
Yeah.
That looks like a lot of fun. Other than that, lots of farmer markets, winter carnivals.
Can I interject with something?
Yeah, absolutely.
Don't forget to get on the canal, because I heard on the radio this morning, on CBC Radio, well, it's not only that. Did you hear that there's this guy, was it in Finland, who's been clearing off ice up there, and started off just to clear it off for kids, and clear it off, more and more people came out. They've got a 26-kilometer skating rink now. So the canal's in jeopardy of losing its status as the biggest skating rink.
All right. Well,
wow. And it's also the 45th anniversary this year of the canal.
Is that right?
Yeah, there you go. How's their hockey team, though? That's all I want to know.
Oh, yeah.
They're miles away from
all
us.
Swedish, no Finnish.
That doesn't make sense. Hey, next week we have Jason Lauren from Essence Catering, a very good chef in the city. Does a lot of great things in the city. It's going to be a lot of fun. Very interesting character. Hope you can join us next week. One more song from Future States. This is Sequin Sun. Thank you so much, Future States, for coming on the show. Have a great week, everyone.
Yeah,
and thank you for what you guys do.
Hey, thank you so much, Mark.
The sequin sun we've been waiting for since we were young has arrived, has arrived. It took us in, cut our hair, painted our skin, look alive. Shone like a light in the darkest hollow, image of a life we used to know. If you wanted love, you should have asked for love. If you wanted more than you needed, they called it out on the copper wires in your father's tongue. It was time. It was time. They cut a hole in the frozen ground, the sequin sun crawled inside, crawled inside.